as the business is its own entity. That's why people are like, put this in your business name or do that in your business name. Take this out of your name, put it in your business name. Why? Because your business is its own thing, separate from you. All right. So you own your business, but guess what, guys? Your business is in debt to you. Because you are the owner, your business has to work for you. So if you're mixing those, your business can't stand on alone. Your business got her bills. Your business has to make sure it's running and producing so that it can run its bills and then it can pay you when you come knocking on the door like, hey, where's my money for you running? Hey there, family. Gabrielle here, daughter of the Almighty, mom to two amazing kids and a Yorkie named Luna. Also, I'm a fellow Christian business owner. If you're ready to say yes to financial clarity and exchange chaos for calm, you're in the right place. We're diving deep into strong faith, practical stewardship, and savvy bookkeeping. All right, family, grab your coffee and your notebook. Let's talk about God, business, and getting those books in order. Welcome back, family, to another episode of Guiding Grace Bookkeeping. So today we're talking about the number one habit that determines your business health. But we're going to start, I know I like my stories. We're going to start with a story about a client. I'm just going to call her Sarah for privacy. Walk with me here. Sarah, of course, was a great entrepreneur, great customer service. She was kind, smart, and she was, of course, solopreneur, always busy. So she used her personal checking account for every single thing. All right. When a big client paid her, the money went into her personal account and she felt like she had it coming in. The water was overflowing. Okay. Um, she went out and bought a nice jacket and groceries for a week. But then a few days later, her software bill that she uses to run her business and her quarterly taxes hit. Suddenly, the money was gone. She was overdrawn and she was just like, where did all my money go? Why? Because the money she spent for this nice Prada, Louis, Gucci, very, very high brand, you know, Versace. Do Versace make clothes? Guys, I don't know. I'm not a label queen, okay? um, and that jacket, that money wasn't here. It belonged to her taxes, right? So the lesson here is the feeling of confusion, the panic, the overdrawn, overdrafting her account. That is the consequences of mixing business and personal funds. You cannot see your business health when the business account looks flush, but half of that money is actually your personal grocery budget. Okay. This is one thing I tell my clients or future clients when I stress the importance of separating your personal finances for your business. I like to look at it as the business is its own entity. That's why people are like, put this in your business name or do that in your business name. Take this out of your name, put it in your business name. Why? Because your business is its own thing, separate from you. All right. So you own your business, but guess what, guys? Your business is in debt to you. Because you are the owner, your business has to work for you. So if you're mixing those, your business can't stand on alone. Your business got her bills. Your business has to make sure it's running and producing so that it can run its bills and then it can pay you when you come knocking on the door like, hey, where's my money for you running? That's why, when an owner put money in their business, it's called equity. It's investing into it because your business, right, is its own entity that works for you and owes you. So if you're mixing, and you spending from the business that your business works so hard for you to make sure that your taxes are paid, the business bills are paid, the payroll that, it has to pay, or, when it has to pay you, If you're mixing and you're taking away from it, I like to tell my clients this all the time, you stealing from your business. How are you gonna steal from the hand that feeds you? How is your business going to pay its bills? How is the business going to pay you? How is your business going to do any of that if you're mixing the finances and you can't see, okay, this is that. I, like many of you guys know, I keep it 100% transparent and real with you. We walking on this journey together. God and Grace Bookkeeping is a God-owned business. He is the CEO, and I am the second CEO. Okay, I'm underneath them, owner number two. I have a separate bank account, always have. Whenever I receive payment from clients or services or whatever the case may be, that goes into Guide and Grace Bookkeeping. And there's times where I don't get paid because guess what? Guide and Grace is like, look, I know you my mom, but I have bills to pay and I'm going to pay these because I need to make sure that I can run before I pay you. When the invoice is paid and that goes into the business account, that money does not belong to me. That money belongs to God and Grace Bookkeeping, right? So that it can continue to run, so that I can continue to do these amazing podcast episodes for you guys, so I can continue to, do the bookkeeping for business owners that don't want to do it themselves. They get it, but they don't have the time or they just simply don't want to be bothered. I cannot run my website, the newsletters that we're gonna have, or the coaching that's coming soon. I can't, run all that if I'm stealing from my business. So please keep that in mind. That is the number one, giving you guys some tea. That is the number one concern that my potential clients have. And then once I've either shown them how to set up their bookkeeping systems or they come on board with me, I have them reports and they're like, wow, I didn't realize I was spending so much. Or wow, that's where all my money is going. Or wow, I really need to make some changes. But you can't be a good store if you mixing, right? So let's look at it. I like to call this one the clarity principle. Two separate wells. So biblically, this chaos violates the basic principle of financial stewardship, separation. We have to draw clear boundaries in our finances, just as we do in every area of our lives. You cannot faithfully manage two different resources from one messy pot. It just don't work. It just does not work. Like, honestly, my personal finances could be fighting for its life, clinging to God. Like, Lord, I look to the hills. Where does my help come from? It comes from you. Help me. SOS. Help. But then God and Grace is like, raindrops falling on my head. Do, 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 do. She good. God and Grace is good. My personal finance could be a mess. Two separate wells, guys. Just keeping it real here. Two separate wells. So as we talked about, your business needs its own identity, its own records, and its own bank account. So think of them as two separate wells, the personal well for your household and the business well for your income and expenses. That's the cool thing about Zero. Zero helps you manage your business income. Even if you don't want to use Zero, use QuickBooks, however, whatever your accounting software is for different folks. Um, is helpful because it helps you manage those finances, right? Help you budget them. I'm not touching budgeting, but it helps you see what you're spending, where you need to make adjustments, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So the non-negotiable habit in this one, I want open a separate checking account immediately. Homework, 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 homework. If you're mixing, stop mixing. Carve out to I don't want to hear, but Gabby, I'm busy. Nope. Stop it. Make time. People make time for things that they want to make time for. Make time to separate your bank accounts. Okay, bank accounts. So that is something that I want to drop that nugget there. That is homework. If you're mixing them, go separate them. So, because in that case, when a client pays you, the money goes only into your business well. So when you pay a business bill, guess what? It comes only out of the business well. When you need to pay yourself, You transfer a set draw from the business well to the personal well. That clear boundary gives you instant financial peace. We're going to talk about owner investment, owner's draw, owner's contribution, all that good equity snaz later. But as an LLC, okay, when you take money out of your business to pay yourself, it's called an owner's draw. The cool thing is when you have your accounts separated and you see your business finances, you have a clear, side of it. You can judge how much your business can afford to pay you as the owner. And sometimes, guys, don't feel bad, especially starting out. You probably can't. You have to probably keep giving your business money, 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 money. You take money from your personal and you invest it in your business. That's equity. That's a contribution to your investment. That's an owner investment to your business. And that's okay. It starts getting bad when you keep them together. Okay. All right. Another thing I want to talk about here is the payoff of that. All right. When you look at your business account, you see its true health cash flow statement that also ties in with the business account. You know that your money is reserved for expenses, taxes, and growth. You eliminate the guilt of spending money that wasn't actually yours. All right. Again, like I said, the fast bookkeeping. If you're using zero, wink, wink, wiggle eyebrows. Using zero accounting software, having separate accounts means that your bank feed is clean. You don't waste hours and hours and hours and hours trying to figure out what a $40 charge was. Was it a business meal or was it your child's shoes or was it like a personal meal or what it was? No, you don't spend all that time trying to do that. Hopefully, you won't be spending that much time anyway because you should be setting up bank rules. But we'll talk about that in another episode as well. So, clean separation of the two accounts equals fast bookkeeping habits. I promise you, when I am doing a cleanup or a catch up for a client and they're just like, I just need you to clean up these books for X amount of months or however the case may be. And then I can do my own bookkeeping when I have a major project like that. That is the most time consuming thing. I could set up a zero account, boom, boom, bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. I could set up the zero account, but the process that takes a while is like, ooh, is this personal? Is this business? Is this personal? Is this business? Is it personal? Is it business? That is the most time consuming part because I have to try to go in there and thread by thread untangle the knot. Think of it like a big old rubber band ball. Rubber band balls, do they still make those? Anybody else in here still use like rubber bands? The rubber band ball was a big rubber band ball with a whole lot of rubber bands wrapped around each other. That is what that is literally, figuratively speaking, what your business and personal finances look like, that big rubber band ball. So when you're sitting down trying to clean up months and months and months of bookkeeping that has been commingled, imagine spending hours taking off one rubber band at a time until you finally get to the last one where it's all clean. It's a lot of work. Okay. Save your mental for that by starting off keeping them separated. If you have a mix, pull them out. And honestly, it's tax time piece. Guys, it is October. So people already just paid their quarter two taxes. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm ready for the year to be over. I'm not. Quarter three taxes. Sorry. And imagine the biggest payoff is that you have a clear sight of what your taxes would be. The IRS, actually, guys, LLC, the IRS legally requires you to have a separate bank account for your LLC. Legally, if you mixing them, you're kind of breaking the law if you're LLC. So seriously, it's really that serious. So by having two clear accounts, you simplify your tax time by, I promise you, 90% because the records are already sorted. That alone is worth the 15 minutes it takes to open a new account, right? Because now you're in legal compliance. You have your two separate. You're practicing good bookkeeping habits by matching your bank fee with what's in Zero or whichever you use, QuickBooks. I love Zero because Zero is the homie. It looks out because it does prediction, so it's nice and clean, very streamlined, no complications. Okay, it's very nice because I can coach someone through using it, and I can be a bookkeeper in their pocket. Like if they have questions, they can book me, and I'll talk to them, and I can help them. But it's really good to be self-sufficient on your own. Okay, so that wraps up today. Guys, I want you to think about it. The number one way to know your business help is through separate accounts. I kid you not. So if you're still mixing, that is why you're struggling to see a clearer picture. That is why you're like, where my money at? That's how you start. Take the first step today, this week, immediately. Sirens, pew, 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 immediately. Open that separate checking account and commit to running all your business funds through it. All right? So, if you're ready to take those next practical steps, moving from feeling chaotic to having a documented, faithful financial plan, I want to give you 2 resources right now to start that foundation. The free ebook, Chaos to Cha-Ching. The link is in the show books. It's a gift to you that gives you explanation more about what we're going to cover on the podcast. I know some people like to read, so it can stick a little bit more. That ebook has been designed. I designed it. It's there free for you to download. And another one is, if you just can't get it up, weekly newsletter sign up at, it's a bit.ly link, bit.ly/G Grace Podcast. All that information is in the show notes. Until next time, family. As we close out today's episode of Guiding Grace Bookkeeping, I truly pray that something resonated with your heart and brought you closer to financial clarity and peace. If you felt that connection, or if a specific insight sparked something within you, please consider taking a moment to leave us a review and subscribe to wherever you listen to podcasts. Your feedback helps us grow and reach more individuals like you. And if you know someone yearning for more grace and wisdom in their finances, be a blessing and share this episode with them. Remember, walking by faith and managing with grace can transform your entire world. Until next time, stay blessed, keep shining, and let's keep those books looking beautiful.